Good afternoon, my dear students. There are some students from GDC Doda as well. I welcome you all in this class. This class is for sixth semester students and it is on generic elective course, right? Today it's 25th May. The time is around 5 p.m. and we will have a class on the generic elective course, which is there in your semester sixth. I will share the screen with you so that you can get the idea about what we are going to discuss today. So here is the screen. I hope it's visible. All of you can see it. So the topic for discussion is decision making skill. See, I always say this. I always tell my students whenever I take this class, I mean this generic elective course, that all the topics in this course are very important, not in the sense that you people will pass your examination with good marks, but in the sense that these topics will help you to live a very good life. These topics will help you to become a good human being. Like we discussed effective communication skills in the last class, we discussed empathy skill, self awareness skill. So all these skills are very important to be a successful human being. Today the topic is decision making skill. Again, this decision making skill is very relevant to all of you, because now after a few months you people will be on a you people will come to a stage where you will have so many roads in front of you and you will have to take a decision. I'm talking in terms of your studies only, right? Like I have, there's a picture, you can see it on your screens. There's a person, uh, and there are three ways in front of him, three roads, and now he's confused where to go, right? So as far as the decision of your doing PhD, going for civil services, going for some business, or leaving your studies, or even getting married is concerned, you have so many options in front of you after completing your BA and BSc. So this decision making skill, like I told you in the beginning of the lecture, that this is very important. You should learn how to take good decisions. This is what we will study in today's lecture, right? Now, before we move on to the features of this decision making skill, we must understand what is decision and what is decision making, right? As far as the origin of the word decision is concerned, it has been derived from a Latin word decidere, which means to cut off. It is written there on your screens. Latin word is there, which means to cut off. As far as the definition of this decision making or decision is concerned, there can be so many definitions. I have tried my level best to write the shortest possible and the best possible definition for you. It is a mental process of the selection of a course of action among several possible options to achieve the best results. We have three parts in the definition. One is, it is a mental process of the selection of the course of action. Another point is, among several possible options. And the third point is to achieve the best results, right? First point, it is a mental process. When I say mental, it means it is related to mind. It's a cognitive process, right? It is a mental process of the selection of a course of action. What action, what decision, what you will do, how you will decide that, right? Suppose a person is standing, I'm standing here and I have 5 roads in front of me. I don't know where these roads will lead me to, but I have to decide here. I have to wait here for some time and I have to decide that which road should I take. Because once you go on a road, it's life. You cannot come back after 4 or 5 years and then start again, thinking that no, this road was not good, which I took, which I uh, decided to go on. Now I will take this road. Suppose I took road number 2. out of those 5 roads. Now I will say I will come back after 5-6 years and I will take road number 4 now. No, it cannot be done. Mostly decisions are irreversible. You cannot, you do not have a rewind button in them, right? So it's a selection of a course of action. Among several possible options, there are so many options. Like after completing your BA, you will have so many options. Like I say, you will go for further studies in a university. You can choose to be a private student, right? You can choose to go for business. You can choose to do nothing, to just sit at your place and without doing anything, to be a kind of parasite on your parents. And then you can decide to get married or any other option. You have so many options. You are mature enough to understand that. So course of action, when you have several options. And the third point is to achieve the best results. What is the intention of the person? What is your intention when you take a decision? The intention is that I should achieve the best possible result, right? You want to take a road, but you want that the goal, the destination should be beautiful. It should be good. It should be, you should fulfill your dream, right? So this is the definition of decision making, the best possible definition. In the next slide, we will discuss some more definitions given by some famous writers. Decisions are based on, now you will tell me that, sir, we are standing after our graduation, because I am again and again taking this example because it's a realistic example, it's a practical example for you. After you complete your BA, or even at this stage when you are about to complete your BA, your degree, you have to take a decision. Now, how will you take that decision? It's not like Jamshed sir will say do this and you will do this. Manjeet sir will say do that and you will go for that. No, after all, it is your life. Or maybe that what suggestion we give you, you are not, your mind does not go with it. Your heart and mind says, no, we should not agree to what sir says, because my experience can be different from your experience, right? So what are the various points on which your decision can lie? What are the various points on which your decision is based? It is based on assumptions. You can see it's written on your screen. It is based on assumptions. You have to, base it on assumptions. You cannot be sure of anything. You have to just guess that this road can lead me to success. So it is based on guesses, guesswork, right? Intelligent assumption, what we call. Choices. What choices do you have? Some students do not have the choice of, continuing their studies because of several problems in their family. So that choice is already gone. Some students do not have a choice of, establishing a good business because they are poor enough. They don't have money. They don't have resources for that. So that choice is gone. So it depends on choices as well. Your decision depends on choices. Some students have 7 roads in front of them. Some have just 3. Some have 4, and somebody who is very lucky may have 10 roads in front of him or her. It depends on your mental level, your way of thinking, how critical or how creative you are. That will be discussed in another lecture, creative thinking skill and critical thinking skill, right? So your mental level is very important for taking good decision. And circumstances, halat, aapke halat kaise hain, it depends on that as well. Like mostly with our girls, because we have so many girls, so many, you all are like my daughters and sisters. See, mostly in our families, in our setup, in our society, girls don't have much options. They don't have many options. Boys can have the option of doing anything after their BA, but 50% girls have the option of getting married. This is how our families run. This is how our culture is, right? So they don't have any other option than getting married. And the rest 50% girls, some do not have resources, some do not have the choice of going out of the state for further studies. Boys can go anywhere. Some girls do not have the choice of, staying in the city alone, like a boy can do. Taking a room on a rent, that cannot be done. So circumstances are different. So what I said is, it is based on assumptions, choices, mental level, circumstances, etc. There are several other factors as well. This decision making can be rational as well as irrational. It should be rational, but sometimes it can be irrational as well. I will give you a very good example from GDC Doda. We had a batch of students in 2000 and it's 21, 20, 19, 18. In 2018, the batch whom I taught in semester 5th and 6th, it was a very good batch, very good students were there. But they were very good friends. There was a group of 5 to 7 students who were very good friends, 2 or 3 girls, 3 or 4 boys. They were very good, coming from different backgrounds, different religions. But, 2 of the girls were very intelligent. They went for further studies somewhere in the university. They got admission there. 2 boys also got the admission. Now 2 boys and 1 girl, they were left from that group. They couldn't get admission because of the low percentage or because of their bad luck or whatever. All of them were very good students. Now what these 3 did, they went to that place, stayed in that city where those 4 friends were. Those 4 friends used to go to the university and they studied, and these 3 of them used to go to the university and stay with them and pass time. Now after 6 months or 8 months, their parents started asking them, what are you doing there? You are not doing any course, you are not admitted in any university, you are not doing anything. What are you doing? You are just taking money from us and just wasting the resources. So after 7-8 months, among those 3 students, one of them met me and he talked to me. And I gave him this example that what the decision you have taken of going there and staying with your friends is totally irrational. This is totally irrational because you cannot be with your friend all the time just because he or she is a good friend. After all, he or she is studying in a university. After 3-4 years, he or she will get a very good job. What are you doing? So those 3 boys came back. One of them is in business now. Another 2, they tried hard, and next year they too got seats in different universities of the country, right? So decision has to be very rational. You cannot be emotional while taking the decision, right? We will discuss it further. Here are some of the definitions. I don't, I am not very habitual of quoting these definitions because I usually write my own definitions, taking clue from all the resources I get. But here are some of the definitions. You can read it on your screens, or you can just take the screenshot. The first definition is by George R. Terry. It is, decision making is the selection based on some criteria from 2 or more possible alternatives. Again, the same thing which we discussed. Another definition by another writer is, a decision can be defined as a course of action consciously chosen from available alternatives for the purpose of desired result. J.L. Massey. The third and the last one on the screens is by D.E. McFarland. A decision is an act of choice wherein an executive forms a conclusion about what must be done in a given situation. A decision represents a course of behavior chosen from a number of possible alternatives. So these are the 3 definitions which you can, just copy and paste on your answer sheets for getting good marks. Now moving on to the next part, that is features of good decision-making skill. This is very important. I have again given you a graphic representation of a person here scratching his head, and there are 5 ways in front of him. Now, what are the features? To take a decision, you should have several options. That is the first feature. See, I will tell you my own story. When I did my graduation, I had just one road in front of me. There were many roads, but I could see just one road. And that road was doing MA in English from Jammu University. I was a BSc student. I did BSc. I was not an English literature student. But I waited for 6-7 months. I got selected as a Rehbre Talim teacher. But I could not see my destination in being a Rehbre Talim teacher. I was not satisfied with that. I used to be very disturbed. That year was very bad for me. It was 2005 when I did my graduation, and I got appointed as an RET in a school in my village. I went there for 6-7 months, and then I resigned. I took a decision. I resigned and started working in the private school for 4-5 months. and then got a regular seat in Jammu University in the Department of English. I had many options. I had the option of going for MSc in botany or zoology from some university of other states, because I could not get a seat in Jammu University at that time in botany and zoology. My friends did that. Even the students who had lesser percentage, they got admitted in botany and zoology in different universities of the country. But I was not, that was not an option for me. I didn't want to go for that. I had just one option that was in my mind. It was always there. I have to do MA in English. I have to do PhD in English. I have to be an assistant professor of English. See, I have around 16 students here online who are watching this lecture. All of you are from semester 6. At your stage of life, when I was at this stage of life, my mind was clear about the decision of going for MA in English. I had no other road in front of me. So you too should, at this stage, decide what you are going to do in the coming 3-4 years now, because that will have lifelong consequences. The decision you will take today will have lifelong consequences. So you should have several options in front of you, and only then you can choose the best one. And then you do evaluation of those options. You check them. You will check option number 1, then you will see the option number 2. There are some drawbacks in that. Then you will move to option number 3. There are some positive and negative points in that. Then there is option number 4. There are 5 positive points and 3 negative points in that. Likewise, you will evaluate all those options. Then you should have rational thinking. Like I narrated the story of those 7-8 students. You cannot be irrational. You cannot be emotional. I agree that decisions can be taken from heart as well. But like I told you in the definition in the last slide, that it is a mental process. Decisions have to be taken by using your mind, not your heart. Obviously, sometimes, heart gets dominant. We are all human beings. It happens with us. That's but natural. But then you should think rationally. You cannot take a decision just because somebody else is doing that. In our place, in this part of the planet, I'm talking about Doda, Bhadrawah, Kishtwar, I mean, all this, what some people call Chenab Valley. We have this habit of what we call that, that Behid Chal. Somebody is doing BSc Agriculture, all of them are doing BSc Agriculture. When I was a young student, there were hundreds of boys and girls from our district doing BSc in Agriculture. Then there was a trend when I passed my class 12th examination, around hundreds of boys and girls used to go for LLB. One person goes for LLB, there is a long queue behind him. So we should not do that. We have to think rationally. And now 50% of those students from agriculture or LLB or from other courses, I just gave these examples. I mean, they didn't think rationally. Just because people are doing a particular course, you should not go for that, right? Because we come to the fourth feature, purposeful. The decision which you take should be purposeful. There should be some purpose. You cannot go to Delhi just because Delhi is a good place after your graduation. No, you should have some purpose behind that. You cannot stay there and eat food and sleep and walk and run. No, that cannot be done. You should have a purpose behind that. When you take a decision, that should be purposeful, right? And then you should have a positive approach. It's not like I am giving you this lecture and you will get depressed that now we are at a stage of life where it's going to be very tough for us to decide. No, you have to think the exact opposite of it. You have to think, now this is the time when I will take a decision. For the first time in my life, I am having an option of taking a decision for myself, for my life. And on this particular decision, my coming 10, 15, 20, 30 years will depend, right? So you should have this positive approach while taking a decision. Risks are always there, but without taking risk, without taking, chances, like I told you in the definition part in the first slide, that decisions are basically based on assumptions. When I went for MA in English, when I went for PhD, I was not sure that I will be an assistant professor and a day will come when I will have an online class with my students, or when I will teach at GDC Doda or Bhadrava campus or GDC Chhatru. I never knew that. It was a 50-50% kind of situation for me. So assumptions and risks are there. The next feature is deliberation and discussion. This is very important. For this deliberation and discussion on decision making, I'm talking of students in particular. You should talk to the people whom you think can help you. You should discuss it with your parents. It's not about the decision of doing MA or doing, going for further studies only, going for higher studies only. Even if you want to marry, even if you want to establish a business, even if anything, I mean, from morning to evening, a human being has to take many decisions. Some may be small, some may be big, some can be reversed, some of them or most of them cannot be reversed. But then even what you are going to take in dinner today, that is a decision. Although it's a small decision, it will not have a lifelong consequences. But then it is a decision whether you will go for rajma or you will go for chane, whether you will go for some sabzi or you will go for chicken, right? So the what I mean to say is, all the time we have to decide, we have to take decisions, right? And now these decisions are very subjective. Subjective means vary from person to person. Jamshed sir went for MA in English and did PhD and is having a very comfortable life by being an assistant professor, or somebody who worked for 6 months and got selected as an IAS or KS officer and is having a very good life now. Just because of this assumption, you cannot go for IAS, KS or become an assistant professor. These are very subjective issues. You don't know what I have to do to become an assistant professor, right? And maybe it was in my luck, it was my destiny, and maybe my way of working was different. So you cannot just follow someone just because he is successful on a particular road. You have read that poem. We will discuss that poem in the last unit. Robert Frost. The poem is Road Not Taken. Some of the roads are trodden. Many people walk on those roads. But it's not always necessary that you will get successful at the end of that road. The destination will be there. No. Commitment is another feature. You should be committed. Once you decide to do something in life, once you decide to take a decision, you have to stick to it. There may be phases when you will feel like I should quit, I should go back and decide again, redecide, take another decision. But no, you cannot all the time. Life is not so long. You have just a few years to live, and nobody can be sure about that as well. So that way, you have to take risk and you have to be committed, determined, hardworking. 3 or 4 days ago, one of my students whom I taught in 2012 in a university, she's doing PhD in English nowadays. She messaged me and said, "Sir, I am doing PhD in English, but I am not able to wind up my thesis. I have already, she said she had already spent around 3.5 years, but she is standing nowhere." And then I talked to her. I said, "See, I did it in 3 years. I did this, I did that." And she told me that, "Sir, I don't have that kind of commitment which you had when you were a student. I didn't have that kind of determination and hardworking attitude." So everybody is not same. We are all different. We have been created by, we all are created differently by God. Everybody has a different mental level. Our circumstances are different. The way we take life is different. So commitment is very important. Unless you are not committed, you do not stick to that decision. You just take a decision and then sleep. It's not that, right? Mostly irreversible. Most of the decisions are irreversible. Now you cannot go back to semester 1 and study a course again. Can you do that? No, not at all. You cannot go to class 10th again. You cannot go to class 5th again. So most of the decisions in our life are irreversible. You cannot you go like this, you cannot come back now. No, life is, you have to move on and on and on. I cannot be a small kid or a teenager again. Once you marry, you cannot go back into your teenage. Once you have kids, you are a father or a mother, you cannot be a person with, You cannot again be a person without kids. Once you have kids, you have kids, right? So this is very important. When you take a decision, keep it in mind that it's irreversible. Then there are a few lucky people who can get another chance of taking a decision. And the last feature is serious repercussions. Repercussions means consequences, results. When you take a decision, the results can be serious. I don't discourage you, my dear students, but I won't make you complacent as well. I want to show you the mirror. The life is going to be very tough once you are out of your college and once you're out of your university. There are no jobs as such. You cannot expect to get only government jobs. Government cannot provide jobs to everyone. You have to generate the revenue for yourself. You have to generate the resources for yourself. You have so many success stories around. So when you take a decision, keep it in mind that it can have serious consequences, serious repercussions, right? So these are some of the features. I have written a very good quote by Priyal Zhu. It is often said that a wrong decision taken at the right time, a wrong decision taken at the right time is better than the right decision taken at the wrong time. What he means to say is you should take a decision. Even if you feel it is not right time, but you should take the decision. Even if the time is right. See, at this stage, when you do your BA, I will give you an example. You will feel that it is the right time to take a decision, but you won't take a decision. But the other person who wants to go for MA in political science, but he or she does not get admission in that particular subject, can go for education and sociology, and then maybe he will become successful in that subject, education and sociology, and after 10-15 years he or she will realize that I wanted to go for political science. At that time I thought that it was a wrong decision, but now it proved to be right. So sometimes taking decision is enough. So whenever you are in a fix, whenever you are in a mental predicament, or what we call tight corner, there are many a times in your life when you feel like you are sandwiched, like you have two loaves of bread and you have something in between, what we call a sandwich, which we eat usually. Human beings too get sandwiched most of the times when you have to take a decision. But then you have to take a decision. You cannot live like hanging all the time. You have to take a decision. So this is all about the lecture. Now if anybody has any question related to what we discussed, you can ask me. Thank you.